So they are here now, so we want to make space so that you will remember when you hear these names, they will move you as much as you're hearing George Floyd's name, or Deanna Taylor's name, or Ahmaud Arbery. We want the names here to move you that far as you are moved by the other names, until we have no more names. All right, so who's up? Who's up next?
We urge you, please, go to Justice for Daniel Hernandez on Facebook, on change.org. We cannot allow an LAPD union director's daughter, Carrie Cobb, Tony McBride, get away with murder. If she gets away with murder, everyone, all of us she is. Pictures with guns. A magazine with her face is pixelated, promoting a gun manufacturer. How can LAPD endorse this? Just like AJ Weber's family is still brutalized and terrorized, they do that to our family too. They have come to our home also. They, on the day of his funeral, had the audacity to stop by. We cannot allow this to continue. We will speak up. In 2009, we went to complain to LAPD about Charlton Wampler, and nobody did anything. And 5 years later, Elmore was killed because nothing was done. No one believed a poor immigrant Mexican family. Enough is enough.
Hello?
Hello.
Thank you for coming. The only thing I want is justice for all. My son, he got killed like this. He came up. Good job. And this police, he killed another guy 12 days before. His name is Evan Medina. Thank you for all your support. Only 14 years old. They said he was older because he was only tall guy. Only 14 years old. His hands up.
Estamos contigo, señor. Sí.
Jesse Romero! Jesse Romero! Jesse Romero!
We're looking for AJ Weber's father. Are there any family members of AJ Weber? Are there other family members here?
All right. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? My name is Kendrick Sampson. I'm an actor, an activist, co-founder of a nonprofit initiative called Build Power. But I've been supporting and a part of Black Lives Matter Los Angeles for the last 5 years. I've learned a lot from Melina, Dr. Abdullah here, my sister, and you know, I'm just looking at like the helicopters circling above, the LAPD helicopter circling above, all of this display of aggression behind us. Like they can't see what's going on, so they need a whole hot helicopter, right? We're already seeing the waste of money that is the LAPD. Right? Right? In this small display. And I shouldn't say small display. This is a big display of aggression. They're more worried about protecting this building that ain't nobody have no interest in going up in anyway. This mislabeled building, the Hall of Justice, bullshit ass name. Ain't nobody getting up in the fucking building. And they more worried about spending money on protecting that building and putting a helicopter in the sky than taking care of the citizens of Los Angeles. The black citizens of Los Angeles. Than putting policies and work that protect Black lives. That's why we're calling to defund the police. I know y'all seen this. No offense to anybody, but I know y'all seen that 8 can't wait shit, right?
Yeah.
In LA, it's 3 can't wait. 3. They've already implemented 5 of those reforms.
Right.
And we still are what?
Still the most murderous police force in the country.
The most murderous police force in the country. They still killing us. They're still brutalizing us. One of those reforms that they're asking for that they haven't implemented yet is to exhaust all other methods before shooting, right? Exhaust all methods before shooting. Saturday, they exhausted all methods on protesters. Do we want that shit? No! Do we want that shit? No! Do we want that shit? No! Absolutely not. I ain't trying to have them exhaust shit on me. I don't want no more rubber bullets. I don't want no more batons. I don't want no knees on necks.
No!
Shit! In the cases of Breonna Taylor, in the cases of George Floyd, in the cases of Sean Reed, in the cases of Ezell Ford, in the cases of all of the 600 and plus people, Daniel Hernandez, all of the folks that have died in police custody, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice, John Horton, Jesse Romero. There are so many. We can stand here all day and all night till the next week and still not go through all the names. It's not fair that our resources that have been extracted from our communities, I say this over and over again, there's not a dollar in circulation in America that has not been extracted from Black communities and indigenous communities. And I'll give credit to Jeremiah Ellison, where I got this council member in Minneapolis, one of the ones that just voted to dismantle the police.
Yeah!
He said you can't have colorblind solutions to problems that were not colorblind. So we're not looking for some blanket solution of like reinvesting generally. We're talking about the people that have been affected most. Black folks, brown folks, indigenous folks need that money in our community. Black folks, you know, if you're new and you haven't been here on a Wednesday, Black Lives Matter Los Angeles has been doing this for 2.5 years. The police commission has been 6 years, every Tuesday. It's not private information. These are public flyers and posts that go out all the time. We've seen crowds like this before. They die down after a couple weeks. That's why we don't get the accountability that we're asking for. So we're asking you not to just show up now and next week and the week after that. We're asking you to participate in the work every single day when nobody is working. Your applause does nothing to save lives.
Right.
Your applause does nothing for the actual work that's going on. Every single day. So we need you to not only show up in the streets, these are where we show our numbers. This is where we show our people power. But the real people power happens every day in your home, organizing your friends, your neighbors, your non-friends, your family, your non-family, organizing folks in your sphere of influence.
expand your sphere of influence. Look into unconventional ways that we can achieve justice. We are not going to achieve justice inside these systems. Because these systems were built so that we would not achieve justice. Right. These systems were built to target our community. Right. And so we have to work outside of these systems. Say fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Say fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Donald Trump should not be an option by November.
Yeah.
Let's stop waiting for the voting system to get him out. Yeah, we need to vote. But voting didn't ever get us where we needed to go. We hijack that system every once in a while, and it gives us the justice that abolitionists and liberators are fighting for. But that's hijacking a system that wasn't ever built for us. So yes, we need to get out and vote, but we also need to think about systems and ways to get to work around these systems that were built to harm us. They should not, Donald Trump should not be an option by November. He should not be an option on the ballot by November. And I'll say the same for Jackie Lacey. Jackie Lacey must go.
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 The reason we have to be out here, the reason we have to work to get her out before it's even on the ballot is to show the next DA that we ain't playing.
That's right.
That this ain't no game, this ain't no joke. I'ma say, they think it's a game, you say they think it's a joke. They think it's a game.
They think it's a
They
joke.
think it's a game.
They think it's a
They
joke.
think it's a game.
They think it's a
They
joke.
think it's a game.
They think it's a
They
joke.
think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
Y'all ready to show them that this ain't no damn game? Y'all ready to show them that this ain't no damn joke?
All right. Game is up.
The city council, Jackie Lacey, are all part of the problem.
Fuck
They
yeah.
all have blood on their hands.
Fuck
They
yeah.
continue to excessively fund, the police department full of murderers, full of abusive slave catchers,
Yep.
with our resources. So when I say fuck Eric Garcetti,
Yeah.
fuck Eric Garcetti,
Fuck Eric Garcetti.
fuck Eric Garcetti,
Fuck Eric Garcetti.
fuck Eric Garcetti,
Fuck Eric Garcetti.
when I say Jackie Lacey must go,
Jackie Lacey must go.
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 prosecute killer cops,
Prosecute killer cops.
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 defund the police,
Defund the police.
defund the police,
Defund the police.
defund the police,
Defund the police.
defund the police.
Defund the police.
When I say those things, they need some weight behind it. That means y'all need to take action behind it. That means y'all need to be working, I'm gonna say this so many more times across the next few weeks and right now, do the work every single day when nobody is looking. We are at a tipping point in our country. This is unprecedented, where we can actually take the money out of systems, out of capitalism, out of the bullshit healthcare system that we have,
Yeah.
out of the LAPD, out of police departments all over the country, out of jails. We can abolish these systems and actually put them in systems that care for our communities, that center the most vulnerable. We can have mental health care infrastructure. We can have community care workers. We can have unarmed, non-law enforcement emergency responders, first responders. We can have the education that we need. We can have the after-school programs that we need. We can have the violence intervention programs that are community-based that we need. Such
that we need, rehabilitation facilities that we need. We can have housing for every person. This is possible. It is a possibility. But it's going to take every single person here to organize and take responsibility for organizing your sphere of influence. And when you're done organizing those folks, which you won't ever be, you expand your sphere of influence and organize those folks too. Join the organization, and hold on, before I make anybody, go out and start your own organization and all this shit. Organizations are already doing this work. So when I say organize your friends and your people, I'm saying organize them for these organizations that have been doing, like Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, like Justice Already, that have been doing, like Students Deserve, that have been doing this work forever. Let's get cops out of these schools, put therapists and counselors and nurses and after-school programs in. Let's get these cops off of our streets and empower the community to take care of itself. What? Y'all don't want the community to take care of itself?
Oh, yeah.
All power to the people. All right. So, okay, Jan's gonna come up here next. Say, defund the police.
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 Jackie Lacey must go.
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 What if a sister who is a leader within Black Lives Matter? A sister who takes your children to and from school. Would you welcome Sister Jan Williams?
Tell us.
I handed out flyers. If y'all don't have one, I handed some. I left some on the table over at PSL. What it looks like to do the work. We have flyers on the opposite side. It has our checks. Because sometimes y'all be off rhythm. So we put it in for you so y'all can find it. And also, sorry, I'm not taking off this mask. Look here.
Get on beat.
And also, because we know that a lot of y'all that are organizing yourselves and are out here in rallies, but we're not here, so we want y'all to continue to carry the message. So on the side that says do the work, every Tuesday a.m. the Los Angeles Police Commission is meeting, and that's where you can go to demand that we fire Chief Moore.
Yeah.
Fire Chief Moore.
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 Continuing to lead the most murderous police department and failing to hold his officers accountable when they are found out of policy, which is rare, like in the time when, Albert Ramon Dorsey too, though, right? Albert Ramon Dorsey was killed inside the 24-hour fitness up here on Sunset while he was naked, still getting dressed in the shower. Employees called the police on him, and he was killed because the officer walked in saying, "I ain't got time for this shit today." That's the attitude that officer had. So actually, that's one of our campaigns too, to boycott 24-hour fitness. But anyway, in cases when officers are being found out of policy by our police commission, which is supposed to represent the people because it's a civilian oversight commission. It's the civilian oversight commission, which means they're supposed to represent the people, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to represent us. Yeah. But what they've been doing is rubber stamping what the chief tells them to and signing off on false reports. Because as we see, criminals are writing the reports, right? The criminals are writing the reports. The criminals are investigating their own crimes. crimes and saying we ain't did shit wrong. And that's the problem. We need the Civilian Oversight Commission to do what they're designed to do, represent the people, and hold these officers accountable. We want discipline to be transparent, not secret, because right now, even when officers are found out of policy, we are not allowed to know if the officer and how they were disciplined. So how are they able to commit all these crimes, rub their hands of it, and do it in secret? They're supposed to represent us. So that's enough about that. Did everybody get a flyer? If you can get one, you'll find one floating around. Take a picture and share it. Also, every Tuesday is the Torrance City Council meeting. In Torrance, Michelle Shirley was killed by Torrance PD, and Christopher DeAndre Mitchell was killed by Torrance PD. Within 15 seconds of them coming in contact with him. The officer told him to show him his hands. He showed his hands and then shot and killed him. So every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, the Torrance City Council is having a meeting. We need you to call in and get on those Zooms. Every Wednesday, where are we going to be at every Wednesday?
Right here.
Right here. Where are we at every Wednesday?
Right here.
Why are we out here?
Jackie Lacey must go.
Jackie Lacey must go.
Jackie Lacey must go.
Jackie Lacey will go.
Jackie Lacey will go.
And what we can do all day, every day, guess what? Fuck Garcetti.
Fuck our city.
Fuck Garcetti.
Fuck our city.
Call the mayor and tell him we demand the people's budget and that he must, and that we want the people's budget and to defund the police. We want CARES, not cops, okay? On the flyer, we have the number for the mayor, so I did my best to make it easy for you. The number is on there. Call him every morning. As soon as you get up, before you brush your teeth, call the mayor and say, fuck Garcetti.
Fuck Garcetti.
We want the people's budget and defund the police, all right?
Yeah.
And again, all day, every day, Boycott 24-Hour Fitness. Go follow our page, Boycott 24 Fitness on Instagram. And then you can also follow our website for our daily actions at dlmla.org. And you can sign up. Oh yes, the More Than a Hashtag is a virtual memorial for all of the people who have been killed here in LA. So follow our More Than a Hashtag on Instagram. Thank you.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
My name is Lisa Simpson. I'm the mother of Richard Richard that LAPD killed 4 years ago in the Nickerson Gardens, July 25th, 2016. They didn't want me to come up here and holler at y'all. They didn't want me to holler at the masses of the people to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to give y'all a real narrative and not a false one. First off, the pigs, they ain't here to protect us. Their job is to protect this corporation and the rest of the code breakers. I'm a code breaker. They got a defensive life doctrine that's only for blacks. Vanderbilt 1972. The abstracts say, kill all blacks in a cruel and unusual fashion without due process, and only applies to blacks, not whites, not Chinese, not Mexicans, blacks only, bro. It's a genocide on our black ass. Y'all better wake up. Y'all worried about the president? He ain't the motherfucking problem.
Right. Bigger than that.
Y'all better understand that the chief ain't voted in. He's appointed. The only person that's voted in is the sheriff. And he got a lot of motherfucking power because he can arrest the judge. Huh? Y'all better wake up. Stop letting these people give y'all these false narratives. I'm a mother that lost my 18-year-old kid. And these movement networks and activists and orgs robbed me for the death of my son. That's why they didn't want me to get this microphone. But I can't tell y'all no false narratives when they shot 70 shots at my 18-year-old. I gotta give y'all the truth. None of these police is going to jail. Not near one of them. You know why? They doing their goddamn job. So y'all don't understand. There is no jurisdiction, no law of use of deadly force nowhere in American jurisdiction. And you know why? It'll never be. Because it is shown that in our black areas they use of deadly force, and in the white areas they don't. America don't want to be called out for their real racism. Yeah, we got cool ass niggas too. That's working with these motherfuckers that's bringing us to our demise. Oh yeah, we can't leave them out. I'ma heighten up the contradiction today for y'all. I'ma heighten up the contradiction. My son name is Richard Richard. He took 70 shots. The officer that killed him never met him. Never had a run-in with him. But he admitted to shooting 40 shots out of his body. Imagine that. He emptied one clip and emptied two more. And guess what Jackie Lacey's secretary told me? Oh, we already told you we didn't put no charges against these officers. Who said? Huh? Who said you ain't? Because I'm going to the Supreme Court all the way. I ain't gonna stop with these crowds right here. I'm going to the big house. Jackie Lacey ain't gonna never convict nobody because they give her all them trinkets and shit. She got pearls and diamonds. See, I called her out 4 years ago. I'm the only mother that she gave a 30-minute interview to and brought out all this motherfucking paperwork. And I told her, you bringing out all that motherfucking paperwork? Why don't you tell your officers to cease fire? Cease fire. It's that easy. Everybody talk about accountability. How you gonna hold them accountable for doing their motherfucking job? Huh? Y'all gotta know these laws. Y'all go to these legislators. Y'all sending these youths to vote. Y'all ain't telling them what the fuck to vote for. So it's like sending a baby to a pool of water and asking that little girl not to jump in it. It's evident. If you ain't gonna tell the youth what they doing, don't tell them shit. Let them do their shit. This they streets, bro. The youth run this motherfucker. The youth don't make the changes. Fuck change. We don't want change. Because change, I can change our mind tomorrow. We want changes. Because that shit gonna be concrete in this stone. That's what we want. We want changes, not change. This bitch ain't gonna do nothing. She don't care about us, bro. She never did. Just because she got my same color skin don't mean we can. How long we been out here telling this bitch to go and she's still here? Everybody out here talk about George Floyd. Yeah, he did die. But it was 15 more motherfuckers that died after him. So we quarantined and we still dying? How that's gonna work? How does that work? You can mourn for one kid because you gotta turn around and mourn for 3 or 4 more. Huh? And if you're gonna talk about one kid in the city, talk about all kids. Because Richard, his life matters. Richard's life matters. I'm out here with my food to the ground. Say his name! 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 I'm out here with my boots to the ground. I just came from Indianapolis, Minnesota, and stood in solidarity with the families. Because when that young man hollered out mama, he was talking about all the mothers in the universe. They pick and choose what mothers they want to mess with. Oh, you don't want to mess with Lisa Simpson because Lisa Simpson got a voice. It's Lisa Simpson's son. You didn't know nothing about him, how you gonna speak on him? Not only that, Lisa Simpson's son got 4 other siblings. One of them right here. Do they check and see how she doing? Do they ask how my 11-year-old now that was 7 when his brother got assassinated? Do they ask how he doing? No, they don't. You know why? Because I'm a truth seeker. I ain't gonna tell you no beliefs. I'm telling you facts. The truth. You can check it. You'll be like, yeah, that sister knows what she's talking about. Fuck accountability. Ceasefire. Ceasefire. Coronavirus and the COVID-19. You know what I asked them? You know what I asked them? I said, do y'all got a vaccine for us black and brown motherfuckers to take so these police can stop killing us all over 52 states of America? If we take that, niggas. Because they killing us in our communities. They killing us in our communities. And we as the people, we too complacent. Don't watch them kill me, help me. Straight up. I shouldn't have to come out here and say my son's name. It's been 4 motherfucking years since they said my son been dead. My son ain't out here on these pictures, bro. But he right here, though, on the flag. Hey, can y'all do something for me, though? I wrote this chant, right? And everywhere I go, I'm singing it. So I want y'all to repeat after me, all right? We gonna wake this bitch up today. All right? Father, Father, can't you see?
Father, Father, can't you see?
What the system done to me?
What the system done to me?
They locked us up and shoot us down.
They locked us up and shoot us down.
Ain't no justice in my town.
Ain't no justice in my town.
Father, Father, can't you see?
Father, Father, can't you see?
What the police done to me?
What the police done to me?
They locked us up and shoot us down.
They locked us up and shoot us down.
Ain't no justice in my town.
Ain't no justice in my town.
Father, Father, can't you see?
Father, Father, can't you see?
What the system done to me?
What the system done to
They
me?
locked us up and shoot us
They
down.
locked us up and shoot us down.
Especially when you're black and brown.
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 That's what I'm talking about.
Richard Simpson. Richard Simpson. Richard Simpson. Richard Simpson. Richard Simpson. Richard Simpson.
And also I brought my mother from Stockton. Her name is Deion Down Smith. Her son was James Revere. He was shot 48 times with AK-47 AR-15 by Stockton police. I'm gonna let my sister talk to y'all too, because this is my traveling buddy right here. Shooting inside of a garage. 48 rounds, 18 into his body. I was a mother, didn't have a voice, because I thought I didn't have a voice. It took me 2 years to be able to challenge the world to tell them that my son mattered. See, I stand here for the mothers who are in prison. I stand for the mothers who lost their kids in the system that also been shot and killed. So I ask y'all again, when we went to Minnesota and we had George, please, and his blood was shattered on the streets, he called out to the universe and he called for all mothers from 14 on up. And he let us know that we got to unite because too much blood's been shed on these streets. We're not looking for star mothers because when they murdered our sons, he was nothing but a nigger in their eyes. So I don't want people to get it twisted. We didn't ask for no goddamn lawsuit. We want justice. I've been out here for to be 10 years next month to my son. And I'm still here. I'm still here. And so I want to give y'all a little demonstration. I want to give y'all a little demonstration. And I want y'all to close your eyes for a second. And I want y'all to remember this. What George said. He said my neck. He said my body. He talked about how he was dying to the world. But a lot of us didn't catch it. Because I'm a mother. And I caught it. And I made sure I caught it. Because I watched it twice. I was watching it live. But I could not rewind it. I had to wait till the cards finished replaying itself. And he said, Mama! Mama! And that's when he called all mother of the nation. It's time for all mother, I'm calling them, challenge every mother in the universe, from state to state, coast to coast. It's time for us to take our ground back. We've been mothers. We let this fucked up system and this government
into a womb. The mother knows she's pregnant. She goes to her apartment and they say she's pregnant. And they put her belly with the ultrasound. And it began to boom, 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 boom. And if you notice how the heartbeat was beating, see, Floyd told us his death, just like it would become when he was born. His heart slowed down, and we all see it. We're not out here for y'all to feel sorry for us, because we don't feel sorry, but we out here on the ground. We want to encourage you to stand up. No more plan. We done did the plan. We done did all the bullshit now, because when this real work. And I'm calling every youth out here. You is our future. Now I'm going to tell y'all see my face? My name is Dion Smith Down. I hope y'all got it right. Do you hear me? My name is Dion Smith Down. I hope you got it right. I do not want neither one of y'all to walk around with my picture on a t-shirt hashtag. Because if you see me now, stand with us now. Because we need you now. We need you now. We need you now. Not tomorrow, but right now. Right now. Right now. No justice. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Whose street? Our street. Whose street? Our street. Show me it's our street.
We have another. Say his name. James Rivera. Say his name. James Rivera. Say his name.
James Rivera.
Say his name.
James Rivera.
A sister who has been with us many times. Her son was killed in Crenshaw Mall. And his name is Bashario Mack.
Say his name.
Rosario 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 Mack.
Hey everybody, how you doing today? My name is Cassie Walker. I'm the mother of Bashario Mack. How market is today makes 26 months today, on today. Since the last time, 26 months today that my baby was killed, that was taken from me. I said a prayer to God. I said, Lord, you need to pray for and speak for my baby. You need to ask to see me so that they can see how this mother's headed. How this mother's in pain. How this mother's crying and still fighting for justice for her baby. What is justice? No matter what they give me, they can't bring my baby back. They can't bring my baby back. But what I can do is encourage mothers to keep fighting. Because there is a God. Look at how many of y'all stand out here today. getting raped. Until they lose this, don't talk about me. Don't talk about those mothers that's crying, that's suffering, that's hurting, and the loved ones that's praying for God to do something for these people. It's out here hurting. So when you come to me with those negative remarks, let's remember. It is God that gives me the power to get strength. It is God that gives me the power to get strength. It is God that's going to give me the power to weigh in and the people to stand with me. And give me the power. That's right.
That's right.
I'm the father of Michelle Mack. So you heard my story before about my son getting killed in the mall, and with all the kids in the mall, all the people in the mall. My son was not a danger. The police were a danger. And I remember at the mock funeral the other day, Sister Melina was saying that she heard a clergy saying something about we should be reasonable with the police.
What?
Well, the devil took Jesus up and tempted him. He wasn't reasonable with the devil. Get thee behind me, Satan.
That's right.
You can't reason with the devil. You can't reason with the enemy.
That's right.
It's time for us to defeat the enemy. Back in the 1800s, they abolished slavery. That generation abolished slavery. Back in the 1900s, a new generation abolished Jim Crow. And we got the Civil Rights Movement. This is 2020, the millennials. It's time to abolish this damn police brutality. This is our movement, and we are going to be successful. Our house is on fire. My girl gave me an analogy that people are always like, why do they say Black Lives Matter? And the analogy is, if you're in a neighborhood, all the same houses, and the fire department comes because my house is on fire, my house is the one that matters right now because my house is the one burning down. So my house is the one that matters. That's why right now, all of our houses are on fire. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
And it's time to get rid of this oppression with the Grand Wizard is sitting in the White House. They're abusing, no matter what the color your skin is now, if you're protesting for peace and justice, they will beat the shit out of you.
That's right.
If nobody is looking. They're trying to pass a law in Tucson where you can't even use your damn cell phone on the cops. That's one fine I'll just have to pay. Because if it wasn't for these phones and
Protected
social
by the
media,
Supreme
they
Court.
would be getting away with a whole lot more shit than they getting away with. They beat the shit out of white folks, black folks, brown folks, yellow folks, any kind of folks. They beat up a 75-year-old white man, beat the shit out of him, and then lied and said he tripped. They fed some college students out of their car and beat the shit out of them, tased them. Said they had guns, they didn't have no guns. They lied over and over and over. They've been on our necks since slavery. First they hung us by the neck, now they put knees on the neck. We can't breathe, it's time for us to breathe. Get the damn knees off our necks so we can breathe. It's time to get rid of these house Negroes. It's a new day, millennials. It's time for a new day in police brutality. They ended slavery in the 1800s, Jim Crow in the 1900s, 2020, we're going to abolish police brutality.
Future! Hello, family. Sun's down. They call me Future because that's what we're fighting for.
Yeah.
And I knew that this day would come. I knew that with each passing week, there would be fewer of us. Because not everyone can run the marathon. And you see, I'm a boxer. And if you're a boxer, you know that on occasion, every once in a while, you get a champion. And that champion makes change for that community. I want you to look amongst yourselves. You are the champions. You are the champions that this moment demanded. You are the champions that we called for. And every single day, and every single week moving forward, you will be tested. You will be seduced by the life and the script that was given to us. You will be overwhelmed by emails. You will be overwhelmed by phone calls. You will be overwhelmed by the demand of jobs that take you out of your purpose.
Yeah.
And so I need you all to know that you are the champions and you will be tested and you will win each and every time, because when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. I'm going to tell you something about each and every one of you. Here's what I know. You're in pain. And I know that you are, because I'm in pain too. And these families are in pain. Nobody comes out on the street and risk life and limb unless they're in pain. I'm going to tell you something about pain. If you're not careful, pain will make an island of you. You see, pain isolates. And in a society that tells you to shrink, and tells you that you're nothing, and tells you that you're worthless, and tells you that your feelings don't matter, in a society like this, you will be rendered voiceless. You'll be made invisible by your pain. And a voiceless people, it's not a powerful people. A voiceless people will never look for each other. A voiceless people will never rise up and demand change. And so, we must use our pain. We must tie our faith to another. I'll tell you what I know in this work. Because like you, I have wondered in my bed at night, is this all there is? Is this all there is? But the real question that you're asking is this all that I am? Is this all that I am? Is this all that I'm ever going to be? I'm here to tell you that the answer is no. The answer is no. Because the moment that you ask that question, the answer is in it. If you're asking yourself, is this all that I am? The answer is no, I am so much more. And this moment is calling you out and it's saying to you, it's never too late to be the person you always thought that you could be. Because you are the champion. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again until it lives in us. Activism doesn't build character. It reveals character.
Come on.
You feel me? You all are the revelation. These families are the revelation. And we need the revelation in order to have a revolution.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so there are going to be times as we move forward, because I have been here before, Kendrick has been here before, Melina has been here before, Jojo has been here before, Baba Akili has been here before. They will try to divide us.
Yeah.
And they will try to position our pain against each other. They will say, well, you know, all these black people are getting support now. But what about those trans people? What about me? What about Asian representation? What about us? Nobody talks about the indigenous struggle. They will try to divide us. They will try to use our pain against each other, because that is what the colonial project does.
we've all been made to endure. We cannot allow that to be used as a tool against us. And so, I got into this work, and I fought for Black Lives Matter. Yes, because I am black. That makes sense. But I'm going to tell you something, it's not why I continue to fight. You see, if I was only fighting for me, then all I would be doing was try to rearrange colonialism to be more convenient for somebody like me. That's right. And so everywhere that I go, I bring up the native struggle. Because they tried to divide us, they tried to make it stolen land versus stolen labor. When it happened at the same time, there was opposition. We are not just fighting against the government. We are not just fighting against the president. We are not just fighting against an administration. We are fighting against a belief system. Yeah. And so, our belief system must be stronger. Our belief system must be better. Our belief system must be irresistible. And so we have to fight for each other as we would fight for ourselves. I used to do very weird human rights work. It's something that happens to us trying to figure out who we are. And I ended up going to these trainings. And I would do these trainings with people in the room who were very different from me. They were middle class, they were white, and they had never really in their whole lives been made to sit there and listen to somebody like me. And I would go in there and I would do my job. I would try to talk about LGBTQ inclusion. I would try to talk about racial justice. And those trainings were mandatory, and they wouldn't even look at me for the 3 hours that I was there. And something happened inside of me then. And I want to share this with you. Something happened inside of me where I thought, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't try this hard. Because I'm going to get my paycheck at the end of the day. I thought, this isn't worth it to me. See, what I was doing is I was shrinking, but I didn't know it. So I'm going to tell you the other thing that you need to learn, and you need to know inside of your bodies, outside of beware the narcissism of sorrow. Never, never let anyone else determine what level of integrity you walk into a room with. Let anyone determine what kind of fight you bring. They will try to divide us. They will try to use our pain against each other, and so what I need you to know is every time that you see someone with a t-shirt that says Black Lives Matter, every time you see a sign, every time you see it spray painted on a car or in front of a lawn in someone's house, that is your family. That is your family. We are your family. We are not alone in our pain anymore. And I need you to know this. You are not alone in your pain anymore. Your pain is not using you, because the only kinds of people that come out and protest are the ones that know suffering, are the ones that know pain, are the ones that know isolation and loneliness. And so if we're all alone, then we must be all alone together. We must rewrite our story. Fight as you would fight for your family. Fight as you would fight for yourself. You are the champions. You are the bricklayers. You are the revolution. You are the revolution. The moment that we come together, whether you know it or not, you are putting your life in my hands. And I am putting my life in your hands. And there's no deeper bond. And there's no deeper trust. I am your family. And you are my family. And I'll tell you something about Black Lives Matter. We fight like hell for our family. Yes. We're in this together. We're in this together. We're in this together. Be the champions that you rewrite your script, that you take responsibility for living your full life. You are your full person. You are the revelation. You are the revolution. And now power to the people. You are my people. You are our people. We will rest together. Every week, y'all. Every week. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
From AIM SoCal, American Indian Movement in Southern California chapter, Brother Grey Wolf. Y'all give it up for Brother Grey Wolf.
Okay, the reason I'm having somebody help me here is I'm 75. People don't believe that. I've been doing this for 60 long years. I started off in the civil rights movement, went into the Vietnam War, and now I'm doing this. And this is probably the happiest I've ever been because I see change for a change. But you know, when we were talking about these people that have been killed by police, we leave out three that I always like to bring up. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, indigenous people are killed at the highest rate of any ethnicity there is. So, I'm going to name you three, and maybe you can repeat them after me, but don't say, I should say, a whole. That's what we say. So, number one, of course, one of the members of AIM SoCal who was killed by the Nevada police, Johnny Bonta. Say his name.
Johnny Bonta.
Aho.
Aho.
The next one's going to surprise you. Sitting Bull, killed by the police. Sitting Bull.
Sitting Bull. Aho.
The next one, Crazy Horse, killed by the police. Say his name.
Crazy Horse. Aho.
So here we are in this country, which people ask me, what country do I come from? I say, I come from North America, which we know as Turtle Island. They say, is that your country? I say, no, it is not my country, but it is my land.
That's right.
So here we are in this country called America after some Italian map maker that never set foot here. Discovered by Columbus. By the way, if you believe that, show me where your Mercedes is parked. I want to discover your radio. But this country, built, stolen from my people, and built in the backs of these here. See, so now we say, oh, slavery, somebody said slavery was abolished. No, it's not. We still have economic slavery. Because the worst thing that was brought over, two things that were brought over by the Europeans, and I don't like to call them Europeans, I call them Euro squatters, because they came here, they squatted on our land. And those are actually the real illegal aliens. If you guys go to my Facebook, you will see that I post on occasion, because I love to do this. I will post that I support all anti-illegal immigrant legislation as long as it is retroactive to 1492. We don't believe in these imaginary lines. You know, some white dude comes over here and goes like this. Oh, that's Canada, that's Mexico, this is the United States, this is ours. No, we don't believe in that. Because some of our people, those lines, they crossed us. So we didn't cross the border. The border crossed us. We didn't cross the border.
The border crossed us.
One more time, really loud. We didn't cross the border.
The border crossed us.
So I want to acknowledge this land that you guys are on, right here. This used to be Gangna. This is the village of Gangna. It belonged to the Keech people for thousands and thousands of years. So today we have to honor the people that land we are on. I believe it or not, I'm not from here. My people are from Tucson, Arizona, deserts of Sonora.
IFUM. My tribe has never signed a peace treaty with the United States. Never. You know why? Because treaties are like the BS that these people give us to try to pacify us, mean nothing. Okay, those treaties are not worth toilet paper. So we don't believe those treaties. Okay, so maybe that's why my people, my tribe especially, that's why I'm so proud to be from my tribe, because we didn't sign any peace treaties there. We didn't have a reservation. We were never put on reservations because we are bad Indians, see? So, what we have to do now is we have to stay united. Where's Pastor Eddie? Pastor Eddie is here somewhere. Okay, Pastor Eddie and I showed up 6 weeks in a row to Poor People's Campaign. That's how I met Pastor Eddie. And we were up there for 6 weeks. We took over the state capitol 6 weeks. 6 entire weeks. We took over the streets. They told me, Graywood, are you going to be a nice guy this time? You're not going to cause any problems. I said, no, I never cause problems. And the minute they turned me loose, I took over the streets. And we took over the state capitol. But I didn't do it alone, because I did it with all these guys from the Poor People's Campaign who were kind enough to let me go up there with them and honor me by having me speak and, again, cause problems. You know, so, or I don't call it problems. But here's the deal. I don't want to replace this woman. See, you guys are all out there replace Jackie Lacey, you know, this and that, go on and on. I want to replace the system that allows a Jackie Lacey. Back to the, I'm an old man, so I forget a lot of stuff. But what I was going to tell you was this. 2 things that the Euro squatters brought to this land that were the most devastating things you could ever imagine. Number 1, disease. Wiped our people out almost entirely. Today, we make up 1/3 of the population of the United States. We're really gaining we're coming back. So we're 1/3, okay? And with my black brothers and sisters, we are almost half. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Because what's happening is that we have a system of government that is not set up for our people. We have never been capitalists. We have always been socialists. And what I tell my people constantly, and I always get in trouble for it, I said, you know what we have to do? We have to stop the assimilation. We will never, ever be accepted by the white Euro squatters. Never. So why do we keep trying? I sure the hell don't. Okay? So what we have to do is we have to decolonize. Decolonize. And that goes for my black brothers and sisters. We are tribal people. We are, when one is sick, we are all sick. When one is hungry, we're all hungry. This is the way we were brought up. We need to go back to that. And that's why a lot of these issues, they say, well, why are you so excited about these issues? They don't affect you. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I have biracial grandkids. I have biracial great-grandsons. And that's what I fight for. I fight for them. I don't fight for myself anymore. I said, how longer do I have? I got another 25 years. And if I have 1 more year, I'm going to be a pain in the ass to these guys. So we have the two things that were given to our people by the Euro squatter that have devastated our people. That was the disease and the capitalist system of government. We have to demolish that. We have to get rid of that. Because universal health care, that's just something we've always done. See? I am leaving Monday for Navajo Nation, but because you guys don't know this, Navajo Nation is the #1 spot for COVID-19 and for death by COVID-19. The #1 spot in this entire country, okay? The Navajo people are being devastated by that. I will be there on my 3rd trip taking emergency medical supplies because that's what's needed. I shouldn't be going. I'm in the 75, the age where I get sick real quick and all that. I have never been sick. Never spent a day in the hospital. I wasn't even born in one. That's not So I don't, but I have a daughter that's a nurse. She's the one who's always making sure that Dad is okay. See, so I want to thank you guys for being here. But as we've been told repeatedly, we cannot do this by ourselves. See, we cannot do this by ourselves. So if you're one of my black brothers and sisters, join BLM. Join BLM. Don't just support them. Join them. If you're white, and I offended you by calling you a hero squatter, sorry.
Nope, none taken.
That makes you a nice hero squatter. But if you're a white, join White People for Black Lives Matter. And if you're indigenous, you join ASOCAL. All right, so thank you guys.
So I also want to lift up that Brother Grey Wolf and AIM SoCal. Brother Grey Wolf said he's 75 years old. Brother Grey Wolf, not only is he taking care of his own community and fighting for the Navajo Nation, he's been out here every single week with us, y'all. Every single week, our folks at AIM SoCal and Brother Grey Wolf and all of our folks over here help us with sound. They show up, they show out, they support the families, and they call for justice, and we've been in solidarity with them, y'all. So we gotta uplift that. I want to say too, Doc mentioned earlier, one of the things that we do every week, and Baba Keeley mentioned, we make this sacred space for the families, right? We come in here, we join with our indigenous brothers and sisters, we join with our family members who have been murdered by police, and we create this sacred space, right? We build this community. All of these people, all of y'all are our community, right? We build a community right now. The other thing we do though, is we make some fucking noise. And the reason we do that, both figuratively and literally, right? Because we figuratively making noise just by being thousands of people in the streets. But also, again, we know this is a spiritual movement. I'm not a Christian. I know some of y'all might be, but a lot of us know the story of Jericho or whatever, right? Yeah. Where they, marched around the walls of the castle or whatever, this unjust place, right? Like this hall of injustice that we're standing in front of, right? They marched around that castle and those walls for 7 days, and what happened, y'all? What happened, y'all? The walls came the fuck down, y'all. So we making figurative noise just with our presence, but now we want to make some literal noise. We want to let them know we really the fuck here, right? So we gonna remind folks too why we here, right? So I'm gonna lead y'all through some change. You ready for that? Let's do it. Jackie Lacey must go! Jackie Lacey must go! Jackie Lacey will go! Jackie Lacey will go! Jackie Lacey must go! Jackie Lacey must go! Jackie Lacey will go! Jackie Lacey will go! Bye bye Jackie Lacey! Bye bye Jackie Lacey! Bye bye Jackie Lacey! Bye bye Jackie Lacey! Jackie Lacey must go! Jackie Lacey must go! Jackie Lacey will go! Jackie Lacey will go! Killing cops ain't funny! Killing cops ain't funny! New DA for 2020! New DA for 2020! Killing cops ain't funny! Killing cops ain't funny! Bye Jackie 2020! Bye Jackie 2020! Killing cops ain't funny! Killing cops ain't funny! New DA for 2020! New DA for 2020! Killing cops ain't funny! Killing cops ain't funny! Bye Jackie 2020! Bye Jackie 2020! Prosecute killing cops! Prosecute killing cops! LAPD must be stopped! LAPD must be stopped! Prosecute killing cops! Prosecute killing cops! County sheriffs must be stopped! County sheriffs must be stopped! we gotta keep making noise to break these and tear these systems down, y'all. We gotta chant, or we chant down Babylon. And Babylon represents the injustice of this system. Represents these big ass buildings that were built with our labor and our money, but not in our interests, right? These big ass buildings and all the money that go into them and all the money that go into the police that come out of our pockets in our communities while they're killing us and not holding these officers accountable, right? Right. So again, we call it a prosecute killer cops and we call it a defund the police, but believe we abolitionists. Right? This is a black freedom struggle. Right? When they abolished slavery with the 13th Amendment, they didn't really. Right? We know we are still in the abolition movement. We are still in the black freedom struggle. We still trying to free our folks from slavery, and we still got to chant down these systems. All right, y'all? Chant down Babylon, black people on the bomb. Hey, fuck our city. Hey, chant down Babylon, black people on the bomb. We ready. Hey, fuck our city. Hey, chant down Babylon, black people on the bomb. We ready. Hey, fuck our city. Hey, chant down Babylon, black people on the bomb. We ready. Hey, fuck our city! Hey! Chant down Babylon, black people on the bomb, we ready! Hey, fuck our city! Hey! Yeah! We got another family member to call in. Holler at y'all next, because we know this system of state-sanctioned violence doesn't just mean murder at the hands of the police. We know this system of state-sanctioned violence and white supremacy and the devaluation of black life does not end with the police. It just starts there, right? That's just the tip of the spear. So our brother was murdered by a predatory white supremacist, and the police refused to prosecute fucking Ed Buck, right? Until he killed another man. Right? So we're going to give it up for the brother of Jamil Moore, our brother David. Jamil Moore! Jamil Moore! Jamil Moore!
We're going to go with Timothy D next.
Timothy D! Timothy D! Timothy D! Timothy D!
My brother lost his life 2.5 years ago in the house of Ed Buck, who's a serial predator who preys on gay black men who were at their most vulnerable state. He brought them in his house. He promised them food, shelter, warmth, under one condition, that they inject themselves with crystal methamphetamine. My brother wasn't the only one. There were so many other black gay men who have overdosed in this man's house. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but many times after that, and many times before then. There was so much evidence to put this man in jail, to prosecute and convict Ed Buck, the serial predator. But DA Jackie Lacey's office refused. Fuck Jackie Lacey. But the DA's office refused to prosecute this serial rapist and murderer.
So we yell, fuck Jackie Lacey.
Fuck Jackie Lacey!
We yell, fuck the sheriff.
Fuck the sheriff!
And we yell, fuck the Board of Supervisors.
Fuck the Board of Supervisors!
It's time for justice. We demand justice, and justice will be served.
Oh, come on. Oh, defund the... Please, please. Students deserve.
Hey, we know, right, that this movement to defund and abolish, as many folks, as the mothers pointed out first, right, this movement is by and for the youth, right? This movement is about our fucking future, y'all. And we know this system of policing, which is descended from the system of slavery, has slithered its way into every fucking sector of our society. Even our goddamn schools. We got a school system in LAUSD where we have the, I'm gonna let the youth tell it, matter of fact, I'm gonna shut the hell up. Because we got youth here who gonna tell y'all how they're leading this movement to defund these school police. Alright, y'all? So give it up for the students deserve!
My name is Amy. My name is Aaliyah. And we're members of Students Deserve. Because I was unprepared, I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to tell you guys a story. Today, actually at 6 p.m., I graduated from Dorsey High School. Only school with the majority black and brown student population left. A Title I school, a grossly neglected school when it comes to funding, and a grossly over-criminalized school. As a member of Schools LA Students Deserve, I organized with other black and brown youth at LUSD to end a racist policy, the random searches policy, that required admin and teachers and counselors that we trusted to empty our backpacks at least once every day and to search us for weapons. In the 27 years this policy was in place, there was no other group that brought up this issue to the school board members, and Students Deserve started that, and Students Deserve ended that in June of last year. And being at Dorsey the whole 4 years, I've come to understand that ending random searches is not the only step we need to take to deal uncomfortable to be at school today because I'm going to tell you the truth. We're going to have more police. We're going to have canine units in the classroom. And I know you're going to have some type of reaction. Because I recorded the video and I posted it all over Instagram. And it was like a big thing that happened at my school that I dared speak up over police brutality happening on our campus.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You have to leave. And I was halfway out the door when I was like, this don't sound right. So I had students that we've gotten to know, people from the ACLU. So I contacted someone that we're really close with, and they're like, oh fuck no. That is a violation of your rights. You 100% have the right to report police on school campus, to report any school activity. With the realization that one, they're willing to bring many school police, K9 units, dogs. They're willing to bring dogs to our campus for a fight. And they're willing to try to suspend me to have that on my record for filming this happen. So I was very privileged that that was the only thing that happened to me that day. But I know that those students who got arrested and other students in our school system and other students in the street that got brutalized do not have that same privilege. That's right. So it is our job to defund the police. Defund the police. Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm about to run out of battery. If I stop broadcasting, it's because I've run out of battery.
Hi, my name's Leah. I am currently a senior now at Elliott High. I am going to tell you an experience I had with school police, campus police. So my school's pretty big. We have a lot of African American and Latino students. We have no license officer. Police patrolling the whole area, and we even have one or two police on campus every day, just riding around. And he's black. So they put this black police officer on campus to try and coax us into thinking since he's one of us, we will be faced with him. And we're not. Just because he's black, just because he's the same color, he does not mean he cares about me or the other students. One day, I did church with me and my friends. We were sitting on the blacktop, just talking, and this black police officer came up to us and he pulled his knife out on us. And he was joking about cutting my friend's hair, and he just reached towards him, grabbing his hair and extending the knife to his face. And we have staff always out on campus during the break, and I'm pretty sure someone saw, but no one came up and did anything. They just let him pull his knife out on all of us, and we were scared because we didn't know what to say, we didn't know what to do. He's the person here to protect us, he's supposed to keep us safe, and he's threatening us. You can't joke like that, you can't joke with a knife, you can't joke with students, that's threatening our lives. So, and that man, in an earlier incident, he pepper sprayed a student. These two black boys got into a fight after school, and everybody knew what was going to happen. The staff, the police knew that these boys were going to fight. He was standing maybe 20 feet away from them, and he watched them begin to fight, and waited till one kid was knocked unconscious, blood all over his face with a concussion and a broken nose. Then he went up to him, and he pepper sprayed him. And he was unconscious with a concussion, a broken nose, blood all over his face and all over the floor. And the boy who beat him up, he had to step back. He did what he wanted to do, and then he went up to him and pepper sprayed him too. There were students there that were not involved in the fight, and he pepper sprayed them too. We have an after-school program called Our Students had to run a good 10, 20 feet to find staff to get milk to pour in their eyes. Students were screaming and crying and yelling because they were hurt by the man that was put on our campus to protect us. I thought he was going to protect us until he pulled a knife on me and my friends. Those students who were pepper sprayed thought he was going to protect them until he pepper sprayed them. They are putting people who may have the same skin tone as us on campuses to make us feel safe, make us think they care, make us think that, oh my God, maybe home's bad, but school's okay. I'm safe here. You're not. They're making us go to a school where we'll be put in more danger than we would on the street. They're locking us into a building with trained killers, and if we try to go, we can't. They don't want to keep us safe. They want to train our minds into believing the police are here to protect us, and if I did something wrong, it is my fault, but it's not. This is the school prison pipeline at its best.
Yep.
They're making all these young students fresh out of middle school come to a school where police are around them. When they're older and they do run into police, they're like, no, this is right. I'm supposed to run into them. They've been around me my whole life. I've grown up with police around me. They've been in my schools, and that's the safest place. It's not. They're doing this, and they're hurting us, and they know it. They know students are being hurt. They're being traumatized by these people, but they don't care. I've been traumatized, and I'm scared to go to school, not only because of the police, but because of school shootings. And then there's gang activity. A lot of minorities, Black people, have to worry about gang-related activity, school shooters and police, all of their lives while they are in school. A lot of us are dealing with traumas and struggles that nobody wants to listen to. They'll say talk, but they won't listen. They'll just nod and smile. But we don't want to nod and we don't want to smile. We want you to feel what we feel. We want you to understand that we are in pain, that we hurt, and that we want your help. We want you to help us. I have to take the future, but I can't do it alone. So I need everybody who has an arm and a leg and a working brain and that understands and hears these words that are coming out of my mouth and all the other people's mouths that this is bad. And it's not going to get better unless we get together and we let everybody know that we're coming and we're going to change everything.
We're going to defund the police. Give it up for Aaliyah and Amy, y'all. They've coming out to support and they've spoken at our actions before, but it's a lot of people out here, y'all. It's a lot of people. Y'all making me nervous. So they wanted to tell y'all too that they have a survey out right now where they're asking folks to follow them on Instagram at LA_StudentsDeserve and do the survey so that we can tell LAUSD to defund school police. Defund school police. Defund school police.
Defund school police.
Defund school police. Defund school police. Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
You want to sister up? Oh man, y'all ain't even ready. Y'all ain't even ready, man. Y'all ain't even ready. Anyway, y'all about to hear from one of the most powerful sisters who has been in this fight, has been fighting for her son for over 10 years, for over a decade, because we know this movement is not new. Police violence and murder of our people is not new, and there have been freedom fighters on the lines since before Black Lives Matter was formed, right? This sister has been fighting for her son for over a decade. She is one of the strongest, most consistent, most powerful people I have ever had the blessing and the privilege and the pleasure to meet and be in space with. So I want y'all to give it up one time for Sister Helen George!
I'm gonna stream for as long as I can. My battery's about to die.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and support. Thank you. I want to tell y'all about my son, John.
Kicked out of Portland schools. That's awesome, Tim Buck. Welcome to the show. Thanks for watching.
He was beat to death on March 30th, 2009 by 10 sheriff deputy, 3,000 boy sheriff deputy gang. They beat John to death in his cell. They bust John's liver. They bust John's kidney. They bust a muscle in John's back. They hit John so hard in his head with a flashlight, which they call flashlight therapy, in all county jails at the sheriff department. That's one of their things. They call it the flashlight therapy. They hit him so hard in his head with a flashlight that they left the lines of the flashlight in his forehead, a blood clot, and a knot. They broke the cartilage on his nose. They hit him twice in the side of his temple. They put a big gash in his shoulder. They also messed up part of his pelvis and his pancreas. And not only that, they had John handcuffed by one hand while they was beating him. And the handcuffs were so tight on his hands, on his wrist, that it left a flesh ring, an even flesh ring around his wrist. They did that while they was beating him. And then after that, these 10 deputies, the sheriff deputy gang, turned around and staged a suicide. After all that injury, all that blood force trauma, he bled to death, and they staged a suicide and say John hung himself. And they said he hung himself because he was probably in too much pain after he took the beating. And you tell me that. Who can do some shit like that? And Jackie Lacey been having John's case on her desk now since she been in office. Not only did she know about the case, when we brought the petition to sign her to start what we doing today, 2.5 years ago, we brought the petition for her to sign, and I brought all the evidence, all the crime scene photos, and he got blood splatter on his pants, and they gonna try to say he killed himself. So we know Jackie Lacey is full of shit.
Yeah.
We know she's full of shit. Right? Right? We know that. And she told us the other day when she was on TV, trying to tell us that, oh, this person might have had a gun, this person had a knife. You a damn lie, Jackie. What about all the people never had a gun? What about all the people never had nothing? So we know you full of shit. We know you full of shit. And I'm full of shit. Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Jackie Lacey's full of shit.
Now listen, we got to keep this up. We can't turn back. We can't let the police department take us back where we've been. We don't put that way no more. We gonna continue to come out here every time we can to show this police department, to show the sheriff department, LAPD, and all the rest of their ass, we will not take this no more. We stand up for each other. This is what you call beautiful right here, when we all come together to change shit. And we can change this, because we changed it. And that's what they know, that's what we're doing today. And we won't go back. Will we go back? No. Will we go back? No. Will we back? No. Thank you, guys.
John Horton. John Horton.
Black Lives Matter starts always with libation. Because we want to remember why we are here. We want to be grounded in why we are here. We want to always call the names of those who have sacrificed to get us here. So we're always open with libation. Not to hear? Oh, okay, we're about to have a Sada, but Kendrick McDade, who was killed in Pasadena, their family is here. And because our Wednesdays are our family days, when we have the families here, we always make time, space, and support for them. So let me ask Ms. Kendrick McDade's mother to come forward from Pasadena.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out. The support is just really phenomenal. I love it. It's been 8 years since my son was taken away from me by the Pasadena Police Department, officers Jeffrey Newland and Matthew Griffin. Not a day go by that I don't think about my son. It's hard for me at times, but I just stay uplifted by things like this. George's name. Kendrick's name, Waukesha Wilson, Trayvon Martin, the list can go on and on. It's about 500 or 600 of them. Their lives will never go in vain if we keep doing things like this. We have to make a change. We cannot accept nothing less. Jackie Lacey must go. I'm telling you. When Jackie Lacey went into office in 2012, I voted for her. 6 months later, within 6 months later, I lost my son. And it wasn't nothing this lady could do for me. She called me and told me, oh, I'm gonna prosecute these officers once the ORR report comes out. I've never heard anything for about 6 months. 6 months later, she told me, oh, they were in policy when they killed my son, when I know they wasn't. My son lost his life on the same street he was conceived on. I am not going to let this pass. I'm going to fight for my son until I can't breathe anymore. I'm going to let you stay. For my kids, because it's not going to end. We have to come together like this all the time. We got to get her out of office. LA County, vote Jackie Lacey out. Jackie Lacey must go.
Jackie Lacey must go.
Jackie Lacey will go.
Jackie Lacey will go.
Ashe.
Working people around this country have begun to say we will no longer be isolated by ourselves. Working people around this country have begun to speak up and speak out. Amazon, the richest company in America,
Might as well be.
has oppressed its workers. And their workers stood up and said, no, we don't take this no more. And that worker that led that worker that said, wait a minute, we demand our rights, was fired. That worker who spoke up and spoke out was fired. That worker who said, this is the richest company, and Jeff Bezos has become the richest man, and he's not willing to share that wealth. That worker was fired instead of firing Jeff Bezos. He has joined us here.
Oh, yeah.
He has joined us here. I came all the way from New York. My name is Chris Smalls.
Yeah.
From New Jersey. Now, former Amazon employee. On March 30th, I held a protest in front of Staten Island to shut down that building, to save my community, save the black and brown community from COVID-19. All essential workers, all across the nation. That's what I stood up for. For us, right here. In every community in America, Amazon got a facility in every major state, every major city, all across the world.
They didn't give a damn about us. They didn't give a fuck about us. They say they claim they stand in solidarity with the black community. Get the fuck out of here. They stand in solidarity with us. Where was they when their sons died? George Floyd wasn't the first one.
I'm right here, bro. I'm right here. You know what? You know what's going on?
Hey,
bro, listen to me. They bring my sister. She's 6 years old with Down syndrome, man.
Speak on it.
All right? They don't want to do anything. They gang raped her, bro. You know what that is? A 6-year-old little girl with Down syndrome. She can't speak. They cut her vocal cord when she was born. They've been injecting me with drugs. They're not.
Hey, look. What I'm trying to say today is, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. Prosecute the police. I don't even know who the hell Jackie Lacey is until today. But fuck Jackie Lacey. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck 12.
Fuck 12.
Fuck everybody that don't stand with us right here today.
Yeah.
This is America. Right here. Right here. I got a question for y'all. What's the biggest gang in the world?
Police.
No. Put your fist up.
Oh, yeah.
Put your fist up. We the biggest gang in the world. We the biggest gang in the world. It's time to take the power, give it back to the people.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Power to the people. Black lives matter.
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 And if we don't get it, we're gonna shut this shit down.
Yeah.
When I say George, y'all say Floyd. George.
Floyd.
George.
Floyd.
George.
Floyd.
George.
Floyd.
George.
Floyd.
George.
Floyd.
Breonna.
Taylor.
Breonna.
Taylor.
Breonna.
Taylor.
Breonna.
Taylor.
Ahmaud. Ahmaud.
Aubrey.
Ahmaud.
Aubrey.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Trayvon.
Martin.
If we don't get it, we shut it down. If we don't get it, y'all say shut it down. But we don't get it.
Shut it down.
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 We don't get it. Shut it down. We don't get it.
Shut it down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
Power to the people. So our young people will lead us in a side. They will remind us of our commitment to each other first and our commitment to a better life. So let's circle up. Hey, come on. Hey, can I circle up? Can I say a couple things? Let's circle up. We're gonna end it here, but we're gonna do a side. Here we go.
So you guys are gonna follow in our tone, where you guys are at. You can close your eyes, put your signs down, that'd be great. Thank you. It is our duty to fight for freedom. It is our duty to fight for freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains. Yes, sir. Hit. Battery's done. Get down here on Wednesdays. Pick a protest, go to it. Follow.
Call your mayors every day.